All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admiral's Edition. Let's see, we're here on September 3, 1943, unloading a few more things, it looks like. Yeah, we're taking hits, shell hits here on our LSTs. Okay. Things should be kind of settling down over in that area because of the Um, we're actually finishing unloading stuff. What am I trying to say? My CVEs are leaving. I think we're ready to kind of finish the capture of Kendari and move on. I don't know why I'm watching that, but let's get through this. I'm beating up these bases to kind of keep them suppressed. We brought in these surface ships to bombard Kendari, and I think we're just gonna fire and leave. Oh man. Oh, okay. So we had one dud, but one successful detonation. Maybe that'll sink. It's heavy damage. It said. Oh, troops on it. Let's see if we sink it. Okay. So there might be some troops lost, but we might lose these LCIs here today. Ooh, we're taking some more hits. I think these are just unloading supplies at this point. All right, once we get into the air phase, we'll be able to see how much he knows of our movements. I got the carriers trying to hide. Oh man, he spotted us. That's all right. Hmm. All right, we looked at Balikpapan with a recon plane. So I'm gonna see what we know. Hopefully we destroyed enough of his oil to not have to deal with that anymore. I probably will, I mean, I'll send some bombers if I need to hit the oil again, but I think we might have gotten the almost all of it. Ooh, did a number on his sallies there. You know, when you're doing what he's doing, it looks like he just has it on autopilot almost. Just let the bombers fly, the sweep, and I'll just fire and forget, kind of launch the raids and not bother with modifying them. Now maybe he does. I'm not saying he never switches it up, but anyway. These vengeances really don't like these ground troops. For one, I don't think they do very much damage, and for two, they get shredded by the flak. See that? How many more are we gonna lose? Well, we lost one, and we got very little out of it. All right. Doing a little bit of recon, checking out what he's got there. Yeah. LCI 83 sinks. Perhaps number 484 will sink later today. We'll find out. But we are assaulting Kendari today. Gonna attack and hopefully capture it. I will say he may have level 6 forts. I don't know. It may be rough. It may be rough fighting. Yeah. LCI 84. Yep. Those are 1-pointers, so I'm not too stressed about it. Just the usual bombardments here. And here's our deliberate attack. He's pretty weak, and by the way, our bombers never went. We had heavies, we had everything coming in, but we did bombard. That should help. Let's see if we take it. We've got a lot of assault value plus tanks. Let's see if we can get it. Let's go. Yep. Yeah. And you see, we have already aviation base forces, so we should be able to just start bringing in fighters and cap it, and well, we should be good. Now, from here, I think we're gonna be running into more challenges as we get further into his defensive perimeter. But I think this is a great start. All right, see what we get for reinforcements, and then push on. Specifically push on to September 4. Okay, just a couple of cargo ships. Okay, we're back here on September 4th, 1943. Um, can't remember where I'm at. I know we took Kendari, and we're pursuing the guys that ran away, and we're trying to repair the base so that we can build it up and base aircraft there. Okay, we're taking. Oh, okay. I probably could have taken this base by proxy, whatever, but we're just gonna unload, take this with our raiders, and then go take this base with our raiders as well. And then I'm gonna try to sneak in some engineers, build up and build this base up for air purposes, because I think this can go up to level 8 airfield. And that'll be a good base for hitting some things in the East Indies as well. Nice. Shot down Adina. A lot of cancellations. All right. Oh man, what? I don't like this position, but that's okay. We're sweeping with Hellcats from really high up. We've got 38,000 feet. I've got 3 squadrons sweeping, so maybe we can clear the skies here. And then we're gonna bomb as well. I think that's the right distance there. And then we'll just get out of there. Now he's diving on us. So I look at it like, you know, we're basically dogfighting, and some of our aircraft drop below, and now he dives on us, and it goes back and forth. The um, what is it? Dogfight dance. Oof. You know, the unfortunate thing is these Hellcats that do get shot down will probably lose the pilot as well. And there's another one. Ah, that's not ideal. We do have more coming. And by the way, these are probably not my best pilots. I shouldn't have used them because they're coming off the light carriers, which are not as well trained as the fleet carriers. Okay, well, it looks like that didn't work very well. We lost probably more than he did, but we got more coming. We'll wear him down and then maybe finish this up. All right, I kind of feel like just um, knocking this out. I do kind of want to see a little bit how we perform, but at the same time, there's a lot of aircraft in this, and there's yet another sweep, and then maybe our raids will go in as well. Let's go. All right, so we lost some more, and he lost some more. Wow, that's dangerous. No sweep. I think the sweeps got canceled, but I could be wrong. Okay, no cap here. Let's see how we do. We are taking damage from fly. We're flying at 13,000 feet, I believe. Not, yeah, so, we just take a little bit of damage, but we do also hit the light industry. All right, we're flying in to try to knock out these ground troops that escaped. There's our sweep. So it wasn't canceled, it just came in late. All right, so so we fully swept the skies over Soerabaja. Now, if we don't bomb till the afternoon, yep, man. So we're gonna bomb in the afternoon, likely, well, unless we totally whiff on this raid. But if we bomb this afternoon, then we'll get those, whatever survived the sweeps will be back up in the air. Whoops. All right, see if we can, nope. Didn't destroy anything with flak, but pressing on here. There we go. 70 Hellcats. Alright. See how we do. Okay. Hitting the runway and the port. So I don't know how we'll do. I don't know what he has here. He has balloons here. Okay. Interesting. Hitting the city? I don't. Did I? Did I specify city? Huh. Maybe it's accidental. Okay. I'm gonna knock this out, but this is pretty cool. Um, I don't like these balloon damages. Okay. Now the reason we're hitting this is because he has those aircraft. Oh no, he's gonna get us. Okay. He has these Bettys and things like that here, and I kind of wanted to beat up the base so that to minimize his chances of destroying some of our stuff as we come into port here at Kendari. Let's see. We hit the repair shipyard. Um, we did hit the port, but there were no ships there, so that's unfortunate. But now we're gonna bug out because I don't feel like getting retaliated on. So when this turn run is over, we'll just pull back out. We did lose several aircraft, probably more than we see here, so that's not ideal. But we also destroy a lot in the air and on the ground here. Oh, wow, more to come. Okay, that's a lot more. All right, let's see what it is. Wow, that's impressive. um, so also we're damaging the base so that he's gonna have to if he wants to use the aircraft here, he's gonna have to move them and surely more damaged as well, which means that he won't be able to fly them out, although he can rail them like to Batavia or something. Oh no. All right, what are we hitting here? Another Mavis. All right, that was I'm I'm ambivalent about our raid at Soerabaja. I was actually hoping for more results, but that said, I'm putting the carriers in some action to see if we can kind of experiment with some opportunities. As I've learned with, pardon me, as I've learned with my um, even exchange there in China bombardment. Um, like I've learned a lot from my amphibious invasions. I feel like I'm trying to learn some more regarding the use of my carriers. And you could see there we did 3 separate raids. The last one, of course, so the coordination is not there, but it was still very successful. We had a lot of aircraft in the first 2 raids, and I think that was pretty good results. Those torpedo bombers that flew in at the end could have been, wiped out. We could have lost a lot if we hadn't already cleared the skies. Hmm. Well, let's briefly take a look here. At the ops report, looks like we got some repairs completed, but let's see. Lost some fighters. Man, that's unfortunate. Well, we'll be heading back to get replenished, but we're losing some pilots in the as well, so that's unfortunate. Lost some. See, written off, written off. Man. So this is another thing I'm learning is that we're gonna lose a lot of aircraft through attrition here when we use carrier raids. Okay. Um, Another sub available. Rabal. Let's see. Port, Woodlark Island, Shemya, 40th Infantry. Okay, so we're upgrading at Kendari to Woomba. I'm trying to get the 3rd Australian in position because we're going to start using that. Pardon me. Escaped pilot, cargo ship available. These air units, like this Chittagong, this is our fighters from Karachi, the American fighters that are the P-38s that I want to get into action ASAP to help cover Port Blair as we start thinking about moving there again, bringing some more troops. And then transport aircraft arriving at LA. Pardon me. These are moving from East US. And then we got this Coastal A Regiment, which is new, and we'll have to send it to the front or somewhere. Um, yeah, let's take a look at the map. Actually, no, let's not jump too fast. We did lose a lot of aircraft. Look, 19 to 20. We lost a lot of F6Fs there over Soerabaja, but he lost a lot of aircraft, a lot more than us, but we still lost a lot more than I wish it was. Yeah. So we lost 22, 36, and he lost 69. And so this is overstated by 10. And I'm not going to worry about where it is. He certainly lost a lot of Tojos and Zeros. These ground are a little bit overstated by 7. So but he lost a number of aircraft there, obviously at Serbia from the bombings. Various air-to-air and ops losses as well. And we lost quite a bit of Hellcats, of course. We did lose, okay, so we did end up losing 3 of our torpedo bombers, and then 1 Helldiver to air-to-air. So we did only lose 16 Hellcats instead of the full 19 in that air-to-air action. And then you can see here, Flak destroyed 3 of our Vengeance 1s. I'm probably gonna have to stop using them in that ground attack. They're not very effective anyway. We did lose a B-24 and a B-17 to ops, and that's okay. No air transports this time. Very interesting. And then here in our pilots section, like I expected, we lost a lot of pilots due to getting shot down over enemy territory. And then, yeah, ship sunk. Anything? Nope. So, yeah, that's very unfortunate. Okay. All right, moving on. Should be able to replace those losses, including pilots, but I'm not. It's not something I really want to do. Let's see here. Okay. So, um, yeah, there's really not much to talk about here. I am getting these troops from Loilap to Kusai Island, and we're gonna re what's the word, reallocate and go for the rest of these islands. You can see here he has troops on each of these islands. I think we can probably, I'll probably just I've already got divisions scheduled for these two islands, and I'll probably, once they're done taking these two, I'll leapfrog to these two islands. The rest of these we can grab with fast transports, small raider battalions, etc. um, yeah, we've got our eye on Sarong. We'll be taking that soon enough. This is unloading, as you can see here. We've got the rest of 4th Marine Raider Battalion, and then supplies coming as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off these um, Catalinas. Sorry. What do I have flying supply? This one. So we'll just, for now, we'll stand down. You know what? I'll do naval search. I don't mind. We'll do 40 for now. And this is the where the action is. We've got tanks heading over here. They probably will be there next turn. No, they're moving very slowly. What gives? Isn't this a road? Move west 6 miles. Why is it so slow? I thought the move rate on small on here, let's do this. Oh, I see. I should have had these on pursuit. That was my bad. I see now. There's no road. I think that might be a bug. But anyway, so the road ends right before this base. Well, we'll role play it like the battle and the bombings just devastated the roads, and so now we have to, move very slowly over this rough terrain. Um, so that said, I could. Mm, I'm gonna keep the engineers here. We've got a few engineers here in this division, so I'd just soon keep them here to um, build this base up. Most importantly, get the damage down. That I should say, and then but we can have and I'll leave these guys, of course, because there's engineers here as well, significant amount. Um, I might move, let's see, 12 and 12. I might move this, nope, this one, and see how quickly they, if they move, if they're basically moving like 3 or something, we'll just stop them. But once we get into here, we can drive faster up to here. But also, I plan to just keep bombing these guys, and they're in clear, so it should be pretty devastating bombings. You could kind of see the damage we were doing earlier. But yeah, we hit this. Probably should have had some kind of recon, but that's okay. We have recon now after that bombing. You can see the damage to the base. For example, the repair shipyard is basically out of action, and you can see the damage to the airfield and the port. He still has significant air assets here, although it's likely he moved them away before we arrived. I mean, before he sent me the turn, I should say. That's what I meant to say anyway. Everybody's following this task force. So for now, I'm thinking if we can make it to Townsville, I'm thinking that's where I'm going to go next. But I don't know. I just don't want to go to Darwin and use up all the fuel there. You know what? let's go to Darwin, and let's say no refuel for now. No refuel. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Um, well, yeah, we'll send the replenishment task force to Darwin. That's what we'll do. I'm just gonna do this. We will go there and have and go back to Townsville. Um, we'll remain on, no, we won't remain on station. We will unload at Darwin, and we'll just let the carriers pick up fuel there. That's fine. So I think it'll be okay. For right now, we'll say do not. We can always refuel manually, and that's fine. So we're bugging out. We're done here. I feel very comfortable with what we're doing here. We have a bombard task force. Well, this is our Australian cruisers, and so we'll bring them here. Perhaps drop off these, but anyway. So this is supposed to be our task force that kind of keeps his bombardment groups from coming in and smashing the base. And for at least for the moment, we may lose if he comes in with some significant battleship power. You know, we may lose some of these, but we can also retaliate because our carriers hopefully will still be in this area. But one of the things we're not done with is we've got task forces. Well, these are going back, but I've got one coming back up. That's this one right here. That's bringing the rest of the 58th Aviation. But yeah, you can see here we just don't have a lot of engineers. I need more up here, and we will be making that happen in short order. But yeah, what are we doing with these guys? Okay, if I remember correctly, we're I don't know why they're going here. Let's go here. So no, I don't want to go that way. So we can full refuel at Milne Bay, and then we'll end up at Menus. And I want to start packing my ships. We still can't dock here. I want to start packing my ships for the invasion of Sorong. But you can see here we still got a lot of training to do. I'm probably not going to wait till we're 100%. However, these carriers need to work their way around anyway. And then I think I already have a battleship bombardment group, our South Pacific battleship bombardment group here. And I just need to now gather the troops and prep for the invasion. And I'd like to secure this soon. And then between these two bases here, we'll be in prime position to push up to the Moluccas and Celebes. Yeah, I feel okay about that. But yeah, you can. Unfortunately, he didn't have any ships based here. We could have sunk some ships. Um, I don't know how much fuel or supplies we destroyed total, but I think that was okay. I wish we hadn't lost so many fighters, but that's probably on me for allowing our fighters to get for using the less trained pilots to do the sweeps. Um, and we are still getting in position here. Let's put this in combat. We don't need to. We could keep it in move mode, but we'll put it in combat mode. And as soon as we get the rest of these troops in here, see all this? Look at that. Assault strength 1600. We've got 870 here. So we'll have 2500 to come across the river here. Plus, actually, that's not true. We do some of this. The Chindit Brigade is heading east here, which I don't know why, but we're gonna see if we can flank around. And then this other Chindit Brigade is trying to worm its way into position over here as well. So yeah, we're this one I'm allowing an upgrade. You probably noticed. This one I'm not because in a year and a half it's going to be disappearing. And I guess that's long enough. Yeah, we could still allow it, I guess. Because a year and a half, a lot's going to change anyway. But that's fine. We might as well allow this one to upgrade first. And when this one's fully upgraded, which I think it is for the most part, except for there's a couple of elements that it hasn't flipped. So I think that's okay. Because we can get the Indian 43 maybe? That's fine. Here, let's look here. Indian, was it infantry? 1519 to 7521. That's significant. Like against tanks. So, okay, we'll allow it. All right, but we haven't been as active here. Now, part of the reason was because weather prevented bombings. We've got these transports that he has spotted. So I don't want retirement anyway. So let's go back a bit. We are not ready to send them forth for a couple reasons. These fighters just arrived and they will need to be we got 3 days before we can give them 12 more. Well, technically they'll only take 11, and then we'll have to get them finished maintaining. You can see there's a lot of repairing going on, and so in 3 days they'll be ready to move. See that? If this is correct, it does say estimated. Make note of that. Estimated delay is 3, but let's say they're already in 3 days. We can fly to Rangoon and then pull in the last 11. And then we'll have 14 available fighters in to coordinate with the 25-ish we have here, some of which are under repair themselves or maintenance. And so it'll be a while before we're ready to fly in here. But also, I'd like to get these carriers. So this guy is going to do like a little supply run. I'm trying to sneak it in there. I'm going to try to come up here and then do a quick like a run all the way to here. He'll get here. I'll see if he's spotted, and then we'll do a run into Port Blair. Next turn, I'll see how close it is, and maybe I'll have like a extra step I'll try to do before I get it in there. But we do got a carrier coming, and why is this guy? Let's also go here with this destroyer. And then we'll have another destroyer to add to this. And whatever's sitting here, these American destroyers can go with us. Let's get full refuel at Trincomalee. But yeah, we'll have 2 carriers. We'll try to max them out with fighters. And I should probably transfer some fighters here. But anyway, I can do that. You don't have to sit here and watch me do all this stuff. But I'd like to get some fighters, get some Sea Hurricanes on these carriers, and then and whatever else like we got for air defense, like yeah, martlets as well. So martlets and everything. We may have them on this carrier already. So we have 18 martlets. Um, so I'm unsure why this is, it says 20, but we can't add more. Um, all right, I'll try to figure this out because what I need to do then is put this transfer to base. I'd like to dock it first. I'm gonna try something. Transfer to base. Trincot. Uh, hmm. Maybe I'll tinker with that before I finish the turn. I'm not 100% sure how to make sure that that's filled up with 20. And then this has some fighters, but only like you can see here 18, 24 total. So I may want to pull these Avengers off and put only fighters here. We could take these TBFs off and bring in two of these Sea Hurricane squadrons, so we can have plenty of fighters flying cover over Port Blair as we try to run in some more supplies. Anyway, as well as P-38s will be available to use as well. And so I'm not going to use these P-38s anymore until we're ready to do that. And so in the meantime, I say that, but look, they're scheduled to go. But in the meantime, we're I'm going to rest them, and in the meantime, we'll get everything established, set up, and in place, and then we'll go. And like I said, otherwise we've got this plan to push across this river and push into the back door here of Thailand. I don't know how it's going to play out. It may be tough sledding with this rugged terrain, but we'll see. And then as far as China goes, we just got to keep holding the ground here until I can bring in new reinforcements and push back against him in key places. And maybe those key reinforcements will be Chinese troops themselves that have been um, leased out to the Western allies into India. But yeah, so I think this is pretty static. I think he's content with the gains he's gotten so far, and maybe push a little bit back in the south here, or I should say this is technically East China. But yeah, we'll see how it goes moving forward. But for now, I'm gonna take off, and we'll see you next time. We'll be visiting this 5th of September and processing that turn and see how it plays out. Um, all right. Well, until then, take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye.